Hello, what I'm going to show you today is how to prick out your tomatoes. Now, some of mine have grown really well, some are a little on the slow side, so I'm going to prick out the ones that are ready, and then I will put the trays back and I will let them go for a little bit longer. So I'm going to show you one variety, and then any others that you have, just do in exactly the same way. Now this variety here, I'm going to prick out these ones today, and these are the sun gold ones. I think all of those have come up. The next variety have just been a little bit on the slow side, but I will prick out, as I say, I will prick out these two and then put the tray back and then leave it another month or so maximum, and just check them all the time, and then if any more need to be pricked out, then I will. Now at the moment my little seedlings are between about 1 inch and 2 inches tall. They've just started to get their first set of true leaves, so this is the perfect time to start pricking them out. So let me show you how I do mine. So I've got a little pot here. If you don't have the square ones, then just use a 3-inch round pot. I've just filled it with multi-purpose compost. Just gently pat it down like this, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a pencil. I find that using a pencil to get out your seedlings works for me absolutely brilliantly. If you have a little dibber, or if you have something else that you prefer to use, then use that. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to have 1 seedling per pot, so I'm going to make a hole in the middle down quite a long way. And now all I'm going to do is to get one of the little seedlings out. Now you need to be very careful with these seedlings when you get them out, because they're still really quite delicate. Don't ever touch them by the stem, always use the leaves, because if you break off one of the little leaves, it doesn't matter, but if you break off the stem, then that's the plant gone. So get your pencil or whatever you're using and insert it in the compost about 1/4 of an inch or to 1/2 an inch away from the base of the little seedling, and put it in at an angle, at a 45-degree angle like this, and then just lift it up gently like this, and your seedling should come out nice and easily. So grab hold of it with one hand gently, and using whatever you're using to help you get your seedling out, get it out like that. Now if we look at this little seedling here, hopefully you can see that there's a lovely little root system down there. Hopefully my thumb is not in the way. Some lovely little roots down there. So it's a lovely healthy little seedling. So I'm just going to make this a little bit wider, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the seedling, encouraging it a little bit, into the hole. Now you want, when you plant these, you want to put all of the stem underneath the soil, and all you want above is the leaves. So that's what you want to end up with, just the leaves sticking up like this. Planting them low is the right way of doing it, and it makes the plant a lot more sturdy. So just fill in the gap around the seedling. You don't have to be too particular, because when you water, the compost will automatically fill up the hole. So I'll carry on, and when I've done this variety, then I will show you. Well, here are the sun gold. That's just the one variety I've done. All I'm going to do now is I'm just going to water them from the top, just to help settle the compost that's in there. And then what I'll do any other time that I water is to water from the bottom, so that the compost will draw up the water and it will encourage the roots to go down and fill up the pot. Now this first water that I do, I will use water straight from the tap, but once I start to water from, just put water in the tray, then you can use water that's in your water butt or any water that you've stored, so that will be absolutely fine. Also, just make sure that if you're growing several varieties, that you actually label them correctly, and then you know which one's which, unless of course you don't really mind and you just pop them all together. It's entirely up to you, but I like to label mine. So I will carry on and I will do the other ones. If when you're, let me just put this down, if when you're pricking out your tomatoes there are some more that you think may be coming, just level that compost off very gently and put it back in the greenhouse. I sowed these in, I think it was the beginning of February time, and it's now the 19th of March, so they've taken about 6 weeks to get to this stage, which is a little longer than I usually expect them to, but we did have it quite cold and then we had it nice and warm and then it got cold again, so I think they were a little bit scared, but I will keep you updated on their progress. They will stay in these little pots until they're much bigger, and then they need to go in either outside or into bigger pots, and which will be their final position, but I will show you that when I come to do it. Well, I hope you're growing tomatoes this year, whatever colour, shape or size. They taste amazing, and I will show you all the little steps you need to do when I do them. Well, I hope you found that useful, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.